And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the New Orleans Pelicans. Wins have been few and far between of late for New Orleans. They're in the bottom half of the conference, but have to look at this game as a winnable one, up against a team in the middle of the standings. We'll see how they do. We'll see Quinn Snyder on the sidelines, one of the more intense coaches in the league. Big fella, would he scare you as a player even a little?
Stop it, Ernie. I don't know about scared, but I realize he's no joke. I wouldn't be looking across him. His head might explode.
If his head exploded, that would really be terrible for that beautiful hair. He's got some moss, man.
Yeah.
Quinn Snyder probably
I'm not
got
a
the
hair
best,
guy.
best hair guy in the league.
I'm not a hair guy.
What
about you,
you're
Shaq?
not.
No.
I'm not either.
Okay.
That's why I admire the head of hair that Quinn Snyder's got.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's a good defensive mind for sure. You know, he gets the most out of his players, but I'm still not a hair guy.
How can you not be a hair guy when you look at Quinn Snyder?
I hear you.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. D.A., take it away.
Well, Rudy Gobert is still awaiting his first All-Star appearance. His snub in 2019 raised eyebrows. The reigning Defensive Player of the Year averaged a career-high 15 points a game on a league-best 65% shooting from the field. And he missed a $1 million contract bonus due to that snub. Kevin, it's easy to see why he was emotional about it.
Yeah, D.A., very understandable. Thank you. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. And then on Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks.
And in that matchup with the Pistons, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Bogdanovich out there with Bradley. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Pelicans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the center position. Clark, here we are mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear and ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win, and being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Utah Jazz. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
You know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
In transition, here come the Jazz. Conley gets the bucket.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's Ingram. That shot, no good. Gobert with the defensive effort. Mitchell looking it over. Here's Bradley, and the shot is good.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now, here's Ball. 17 points in his last outing. Here's Williamson. Bounce pass Ingram. Shot clock at 5. New Orleans moving the ball around. It's stolen by Bradley. Here's Mitchell. And he goes big with the dunk right over Lonzo Ball.
And this sort of awesome awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Here's Williamson after the basket by Utah. Here's Holiday. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
Shoot 2.
And the first one drops.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Both free throws good from Holiday. Here's Conley. He's coming off a 25-point game against Orlando. Plays it up and banks it in. Conley's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And he can extend the lead to double digits. So Favors will bring it up for the Pelicans. 8-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now. Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Conley surveying the D. Gobert finds Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now, here's Ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. On the wing, Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Ball, such a terrific passer. He seems to have a sixth sense. Nice feel, which is hard to teach.
And Utah has possession. They lead by 7. Conley against Ball. Conley the pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Fires for 3. And Derek Favors pulls it down. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 6 from the field. To the middle. Here's Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
This is too easy for Williamson. Once he gets established position, he is ready to attack the rim.
Ball against Conley. Up top, Gobert. Back to Conley. Mitchell outside. Pass to Conley. Clock at 4. And a miss there on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Williamson. Now here's Ingram. Now Ball. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
You got to be composed when you go inside, knowing that you're going to have some contact and resistance facing you. Ball unafraid to get it deep inside.
Conley against Ball. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Kicks it out to Bradley. The pass to Conley. Shoots over Ball. Bank shot, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
It's stolen by Bradley, and here they come. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Well, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks, double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there, and outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
And that one falls for Mike Conley. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Now here's Redick. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. To the paint. Here's Holiday. That one misses. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's Mitchell. Another miss by Utah.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Down low. Here's Favors. He drains the turnaround jump shot.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Now, here's Clarkson. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Utah.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
That's good from Moore. Mark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
Here's Davis. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post.
Exactly. I mean, once he's got the ball in that area, the battle's already lost.
Here's Hart. 9-point game his last outing. Passes it to Moore. Shoots over Clarkson. Rebounded by the Jazz. Last time they met was in Utah.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Now, here's Moutier. Jahlil Okafor unable to get his last shot to go. Moutier looking around. Here's Mitchell. Utah gets it back. Pass to Clarkson. Pass to Moutier. Poked away and stolen by Reddick. Here's more. It's deflected and out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Gobert.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Now, here's Moutier. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Mitchell passes to Davis. A second chance effort. Here's Gobert. And finally they hit one.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
And the Jazz making a change here. Williams-Goss is checked in. Here's Reddick. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. The Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Reddick.
And perimeter shooting never more valuable. And that's been J.J. Redick's M.O. all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
And both free throws good for Reddick. And in today's game, if you don't have floor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Reddick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
Moutier with the basket.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Inside, and then Okafor slams it in.
When you're 6'11", doesn't take much for you to slam it home. Okafor, just a big guy who really can get to the rack quickly.
Jazz leading by 3. Now here's Moutier coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Here's the pass to Clarkson. 6 to shoot, and Gobert kicks to Moutier. Over Reddick. They get it back. Davis. And that one's drained from the low block. Davis has got his second bucket.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Hart. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here's Moore outside. Rebound, Utah. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Gobert in the corner. Moutier against Okafor. 11 feet away. Davis. It's good on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Reddick. Passes it to Hart. And Hayes kicks to Hart. Okafor trying to get open. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
58 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Williams-Goss. He averages about 5 points a game.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Hart. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Hayes, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Pelicans trail by 5.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Williams-Goss, covered by Reddick. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Another miss by Utah. And here's Moore outside. That shot misses. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Utah Jazz. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his inspiration growing up was none other than Gary Payton.
He was one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary Payton jersey, had the shoes, everything. So when I looked at a player, I was like, you know, he plays on both ends. I want to be able to do that too.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Payton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
They've got Hart, Okafor out there with Hayes. Then there's Etuan Moore, and it's Reddick in at the point guard. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Free throw good, Clarkson. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Now here's Moore. Here's Hart. 6 on the shot clock. Reddick for 3, and the 3 ball is good. Reddick's got 5 points so far.
Very dangerous from outside the arc, as he's been throughout his career. All Reddick needs is a little separation, and he's golden.
And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. They've led by as much as 10. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's Williams-Goss. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Niang, no good. Here's Hart, and he lays it straight in.
Reddick is a guy who just doesn't look for his shot. He also knows how to get his guys going. A terrific teammate.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Moutier pass to Davis. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Ingram, he's checked in for New Orleans. Ball comes in for Josh Hart. And a switcher also for Utah. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Free throw good, Davis. Here's Ball. He kicks to Ingram. Pass to Okafor. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Ball. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Putting up about 10 points a night, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
New Orleans making a switch here. Williamson's checked in. Davis surveying the floor. Pass to Williams-Goss. That one no good. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Conley. And there's the pass to Williams-Goss. To the inside. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 11 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Pass to Williamson. Here's Redick. He's guarded by Davis. Ball kicks to Ingram. Just 5 to shoot. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. Look at Utah. Right now, they've compiled the 6th best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Pelicans. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
Yeah, and it's too bad, really unfortunate, because I did think the potential was there. But at this stage, I think we've seen their best, and it's not going to be good enough this season.
Here is Conley. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Davis, and it's denied. That's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. So for the Pelicans, Derek Favors checked in for Hayes, and it's Drew Holiday in for J.J. Redick. Bradley's checked in for Utah. Here's Niang. That one wide left. Pelicans trail by 5. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. D.A., thank you.
Well, I like the fact that Ingram not standing around watching their guys, working hard to get something out of that possession.
Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Inside, Bradley from the right block. The shot is good. Bradley's got his second basket. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Here's Favors. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And it's tied up with that one. Clark, what would your dream backcourt look like? If you were going to design one, what would it look like?
Well, they'd have good size and athleticism, somewhere in that 6'3" to 6'6" range, and the ability to make plays for themselves and others, and also be very solid at the defensive end. You know, you think about some guys that would fit that bill. I look at a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who really gives it to you in multiple ways as a backcourt player. And I like the scoring of Damian Lillard.
Agreed. It's Ingram on the wing. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And that one's good by Favors.
That kind of energy and hustle usually produces good results.
And here is Conley. 6 points for him. Steps back and fires. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Holiday. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Yeah, you know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
So it's the Jazz now, trailing by 2. They get a hand on it. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Here's Ingram. Got it. Good job in the low post. Ingram's got 6.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. Teardrop shot. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Ingram attacking.
Major props given up to Ingram for aggressively attacking the rim. Not many guys want to get in this path when he goes like that.
Here's Conley. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Kicks to Mitchell to stop the run. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Holiday. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for New Orleans?
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
Gobert, he's checked in for the Jazz. And Mitchell drops them both.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
Pass to Williamson. And here's Ingram from the arc. Ingram can't get that one to fall. Here's Mitchell. Bradley trying to break free. Second chance shot, and the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut down to just 2 points on the bucket for Mitchell.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
And here is Conley following the 3 from Drew Holiday. Conley finds Gobert, Niang, and it's Williamson with the rebound.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Oh, what a finish! Good.
Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
Jazz trail by 7. Here's Niang, and he goes in for the dunk.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Lets it go from deep. The Pelicans get another chance here. Here's Favors, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Jazz shooting 41% for the game. Conley with it. He has 6. That's to Gobert. Outside Conley. The pass to Mitchell. 4 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Favors with the rebound. Favors got his 5th rebound in this one.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target. And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Morris checked in for Ingram. And it's Josh Hart in for Lonzo Ball. Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. Emmanuel Mudiay comes in for Michael Conley. Here's Mitchell. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And that one is good. Williamson's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Pelicans.
Yeah, you know, the second period's been much more kind to him than the first. I mean, let's see if he can keep it going and maintain this.
Passes it to Favors. Gobert with the block. Now, Mudiay taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Mitchell wide open. Nailed from three-point land. Mitchell's got 17 now. Pelicans leading by 4. And Holiday kicks to Williamson. Shoots over Bradley. Williamson, the pass to Favors. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. So for the Pelicans, Okafor's checked in for Favors. Hayes comes in for Williamson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Ed Davis is checked in for Utah. Redick against Mudiay. 5 on the clock. Moore passes to Hart. The 3. No good that time. Good D by Mitchell.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach. Driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Guys, J.J. Redick is much more than just a standstill shooter. I mean, his movement without the ball and his quick trigger release, a very deadly combination.
And both free throws good for Redick. And Clark, as good as he is, playing off the ball, Redick can handle and even create some for his teammates.
Yeah, I like the fact that Redick has added that to his package, Kevin, because initially he was just a catch-and-shoot guy, but he's smart, he's tough, and he's actually steady and comfortable with the ball in his hand.
The shot's good from Hayes.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively. here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Gobert dishes to Moutier. Here's Mitchell. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
Okafor inside. Gobert on him. The shot by Redick, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And Moutier throws it down.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
From deep. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against two made shots. Moore passes to Okafor. Kick out to Moore. From deep three-point range, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Pelicans on top. They lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor, so they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. What a game it's been for Drew Holiday. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. So on the floor for Utah, Mitchell and Bogdanovich are the wings. Davis is out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the guard position.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Williamson with it. Davis is on it. Williamson kicks to Ingram. Over Bogdanovich, and that one's good. Ingram's got 10 points.
Concentration level, worthy of respect when you look at Ingram, how he maintains that concentration at all times.
Stolen by Ball. It's Ingram on the wing. They grab their own miss. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. Here's Mitchell. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
Yeah, they want to get the half off to a quick start, and they know who to go to.
Pass to Holiday. The three. Rebounded by the Jazz. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Bradley's checked in for Davis. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Bradley finds Conley. Bogdanovich left side. To the wing on the left. Pass to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Holiday. For the lead. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
And they have scraped and clawed to get back into this thing, just chipping away little by little, and finally now taking the lead.
The Jazz have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
One shot.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Ball against Conley. Outside Holiday. To the middle. Here's Williamson. Gobert with the block. And he gets it back.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Conley for 3. Here's Bradley. Makes it off the glass. Bradley's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Williamson. D right on him. Stolen by Conley. In transition, here come the Jazz. Here's Mitchell. Up again, and there's Gobert putting it right back in. Now it's a 6-point Utah lead.
Yeah, you look at this run they're on, and you have to give a lot of credit to their effort on the glass.
And Holiday has it in the corner. They need this one, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. This is his second trip to the line in this one. That's good from Holiday. Williams-Goss is checked in for Utah. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. Jazz leading by 4. Conley up top. He's covered by Ball. Ball against Conley. 6 on the shot clock. No good from outside.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Jazz have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Feeds to Bradley. Gobert trying to get open. Bradley can't get it to go. And Holiday kicks to Williamson. And the Pelicans miss again. Utah's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Count that one for Williams-Goss.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Outside Holiday. The pass to Ingram. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Michael Conley. Passes it to Bogdanovich. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Jazz.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
And it's the Jazz's ball. They're on a 16-4 run. And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin. And he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Here's Ball. Count it.
I tell you what, because of his size and ball skills and vision, he's a handful for any defense, Lonzo Ball. I mean, he's able to convert primarily because of his size and sneaky strength.
And it's Conley with the ball for Utah. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Bradley passes to Bogdanovich. Pass to Williams-Goss. Just 3 to shoot. From deep. The offensive rebound. Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Ingram attacking. And the basket is good. Ingram's got 12.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Jazz leading by 10. Bounce pass Conley. Here's Gobert. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Favors. The Pelicans have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Gobert with the block, and he's able to get it back. Holiday, the pass to Williamson. Here's Favors, and Derek Favors with the slam.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision making.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Poked away. Ingram with the steal. Ready by Bogdanovich. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Favors. Hayes comes in for Williamson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And Utah with a change here, too. Clarkson's checked in. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Josh Hart comes in for Drew Holiday. And Utah also making a switch. Emmanuel Mudiay's checked in for Mike Conley.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And Hayes throws it down.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
That free throw good from Hayes. So it's Utah now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Moutier. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. Clarkson against Moore. Clarkson passes to Gobert. Just 5 on the clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Good on the bucket.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Jazz leading by 5. Now here's Moutier. That shot is off. Excellent D there from Okafor.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And here's Moutier. He kicks it to Gobert. Clarkson passes to Moutier. An easy 2 points on the layup. Moutier's got 6 points.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Hayes down low, guarded by Bradley. The shot's good from Hayes.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Jazz. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Clarkson. Here's Bradley. Utah the rebound. Chalk up 2 there. And that's now 10 points for Rudy Gobert.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Redick passes to Hart. Back to Redick. New Orleans moving it around. It's good. Okafor's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Phenomenal awareness by Okafor there. Phenomenal. Sensing the space and calmly taking advantage of that space once the pass came his way.
Here's Moutier. He has 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Jazz have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Ingram, he's checked in for New Orleans. The Jazz also changing it up. Davis comes in for Gobert. And it's Mitchell in for Williams-Goss. Good on the 2nd free throw. Here's Redick. 7 points in the game. Dishes it to Ingram. And the pass to Hart. Passes to Redick. Back to Hart. 4 on the clock. And Davis sends it back.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And the first one at the line is good. Drew Holiday. He's checked in for Josh Hart. And Mitchell drops them both. 1:53 left to play here in the 3rd. Mitchell against Holiday. Pass to Okafor. Back to Holiday. Pass to Ingram, and it's Hayes in the corner. 5 to shoot. Outside Holiday. But they get it back. No good on the triple. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Clarkson. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
And, you know, one of those rare second-round picks who played well immediately. Clarkson was first team all-rookie and continues to develop.
Jazz leading by 7. Here's Moutier. Goes back up. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Hayes kicks to Ingram. Shoots over Clarkson. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Hayes. Ingram's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Moutier. 6 points for him. Looking to get back on track here. Here's Clarkson. Misses the 3.
And he's missed every single shot he's attempted today, but somehow they're still in the lead.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Mitchell's shot is good. There's 21 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Ingram outside. Now the pass to Holiday. Here's Redick. Offline. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Jazz lead by 7. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
With a sense of urgency right now, okay? We can't hold back. We can't give up easy baskets. We can't give up mistake baskets, okay? We got to lock it.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Pelicans trail by 7. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Jahlil Okafor is out there with Hayes. And it's Redick in at the point. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Boy, it is hard work trying to guard Redick because he stays active and is never still. Always on the move.
And he makes the first.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
And both free throws good for Redick.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the 2nd half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
The shot by Clarkson, no good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Poked loose, stolen by Mitchell. In transition, here come the Jazz. And Moutier throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
The second overall pick in 2016, a lot of expectations for Brandon Ingram. If anything, he puts that pressure on himself. This is a young man that wants to be great.
First one falls for him. And Clark, they say Brandon Ingram, his own biggest critic. Does all his frustration and worry become, you think, a hindrance?
I think it can be, guys. I mean, you can't weigh yourself down with self-frustration and self-criticism because it can keep you from being your best. At the end of the day, his talent is obvious. I think he's got tremendous upside, but that piece of the mentality that he brings has to be balanced out a bit.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Moutier with the basket.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Back to Holiday. Passes it to Okafor. Over Davis. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Okafor.
You know, the size of Okafor is really hard to deal with. I mean, he's skilled at putting his body near the basket, and then when he catches it in there, he makes good use of his chances.
Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Mitchell outside. Kicks it to Moutier. Got a hand on it. Tries again. Outside Bradley. Here's Mitchell. The three-pointer, no good. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Jazz leading by 5. And it's blocked. Ingram outside. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Moutier. It's deflected. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go.
Hey, when Ingram is in attack mode, it forces the defense's hand, literally. Good job drawing the foul. You know, his teammates calling him the slender man. Brandon Ingram, not much more than 200 lbs, but adding strength has been a focus.
No good on the free throw.
And you know, guys, for Ingram, the free throw line's been a trouble spot. Seems to me that he's not been able to get a consistent routine in approaching free throw shooting.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Favors comes in for Okafor, and Ball subbed in for Drew Holiday. The Jazz also changing it up. Bogdanovich comes in for Clarkson, and it's Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier. Mitchell finds Bogdanovich. Clock at 4. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And with Brandon Ingram and his size, he could benefit from adding a few pounds.
Well, you know, his teammates call him Tiny Dog. Dog because of his determination. That's a positive thing. The tiny part in reference to his slight frame. Time to bulk it up, young fella. Weight room.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
You know, you look at Bogdanovich, and this guy is really outstanding at taking high percentage shots, and he's got what I call a natural scoring ability and mentality. You know, you look at Bojan Bogdanovic, and he's not uber athletic. I mean, he doesn't blow you away with his athleticism, but he's heady and he's tough, and that makes him effective.
And growing up in the European system, Clark, 2 practices a day, drilling those fundamentals. Bogdanovich with a complete offensive game.
Yeah, you can see the fruit of all that labor, Kevin. He's very efficient offensively, doesn't waste motion or dribbles. And he's not content to be a one-way player. He's challenged himself to defend at a higher level.
That's good from Ball. Well, it was only a short stay in L.A. for Lonzo Ball, traded this past summer as part of the Anthony Davis deal.
And getting out of L.A. might be the best thing for him. Still a great defender and playmaker. His best years, without a doubt, could be ahead of him here in New Orleans.
And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard. Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Williamson's checked in. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Outside Conley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Lonzo Ball picks one up. And the first one drops. And Conley drops them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Ball against Conley. Outside Redick. It's up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game.
And, you know, sometimes Redick is such a good shooter. He makes these difficult contested shots. Nothing you can do about that defensively.
Mitchell finds Conley. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Davis down low. He's guarded by Favors. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Ball, the pass to Redick. Rebounded by the Jazz. Davis has got rebound number 15 here tonight.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
How about these big shots for him in the 4th? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. Another miss by Utah.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Jazz leading by 3. Bogdanovich with it. Now guarded by Ball. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Showing the willingness and the effort to get out and run, Bogdanovich knows how to create scoring opportunities.
Conley against Ball. It's Ingram on the wing. Here's Favors. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And really at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Yeah, you really do, because those extra possessions when they lead to points, that's huge. I mean, he did a nice job there. Never gave up on the play, and you know my motto, persistence pays dividends.
And the Jazz call time here. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
Conley against Ball. Stolen by Ball. Lays it in off the breakaway. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And finished off by Davis.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Ball against Conley. Down low. It's stolen by Bradley. To the paint. Here's Mitchell. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. And it's a 5-point Utah lead.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man. That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovich, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
Mitchell is doubled. No one near Conley as he lets it go. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
And, guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Pelicans trail by 7. Ball with it. Good work defensively by Conley. To the inside, Davis. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Back to Davis. Clock at 6. Redick against Mitchell. That shot off the mark. And New Orleans will come the other way. It's Ingram on the wing. Pass to Williamson. Back to Ingram. Over Bogdanovich. They get it back. Here's Favors. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. The Jazz making a switch here. Gobert's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Now Conley. Mitchell outside. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist here tonight. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Trailing here by 8. Ingram outside. Back to Ball. Over Conley. Here's Favors. He can't get that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. On the wing, Mitchell. Guarded by Holiday. Mitchell kicks to Bogdanovich. Conley for 3. Good on the triple. And the Jazz lead by 11.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Ball, the pass to Williamson. Over Davis, and Davis pulls it down.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Conley with the three, and the Jazz another three.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they've brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys. He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
The Jazz making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. Ingram against Bogdanovich. Holiday inside the line. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Inside. And it's Mitchell missing. Pelicans trail by 16. Now here's Ball. And here is Williamson. Outside Holiday. Drills it from outside.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
Here's Mitchell. Pass to Clarkson. Back to Mitchell. Out to Conley. Launches it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Conley's got 15 points here in the second half.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. George Niang, he's checked in for Clarkson. Conley with it. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Utah.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And after losing the first of this 4-game series, they've gotten their revenge here tonight, guys, evening things up 1 apiece with 2 left to play against New Orleans.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Donovan Mitchell.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And he's good on the 3-ball.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Here's Moutier. Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Rudy. This is a defense-first team, and you picked it up in the second half. What changes did you make at the half?
I feel like we weren't focused in the first half defensively, and we just have to come back and communicate and just be focused, you know, and that's what we did.
Attention to detail, Rudy. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.